Halfway yet. Coach Gregg E. Hoogland. Coach Hoogland is a West Michigan coach, having coached at both Zeeland schools and at East Kenwood. He has been an assistant coach his entire career. Having coached at Zeeland East for only 1 year, his credentials come from East Kenwood and Zeeland West. Winning 12 conference championships, 5 undefeated regular seasons, and making the state playoffs 17 years, with an overall winning record of 239 wins and 95 losses. He has won 8 district titles and 7 regional championships. Division I state finalist at Kentwood in 2002, and winning 4 state championships at Zeeland West. In 2011 and 2014, Zeeland West had perfect seasons, 14 wins, 0 losses. Coach Hoogland was the MHSFCA East-West All-Star West Coach in 2004 and was named MHSFCA Assistant Coach of the Year in 2005. He will be returning to Zeeland West in the fall. His biggest thrill in coaching: being around kids every day and experience that light bulb moment whenever a kid or a team develops an understanding of the concepts and achieve desired goals is a great thrill. Coach Hoogland's most interesting incident, not humorous, just interesting. I am very superstitious. Our staff finds them rather funny, especially when I take them to the extreme. After a very bitter last-minute semifinal loss, obviously my game day khakis could never be worn again. Therefore, I threw them right into the locker room trash can, and they are gone. Coach Hoogland's comments on why coach. I coach to educate young people and teach them lessons and values that will enhance their lives and families, just as my coaches did for me. Ladies and gentlemen, the newest member of the Hall of Fame, Coach Gregg E. Hoogland.
Thanks, Jack. I want to start by recognizing you and members of the committee for all you do. I thank the MHSFCA and the committee for this tremendous honor. It is extraordinarily gratifying to be one of these inductees here tonight. And I congratulate my fellow inductees up here as well. It's a pleasure to be honored with you tonight. And I want to note that it is especially nice to be inducted with Brad as we go back to our East Kenwood days together. And I want to thank Laura and Brad again for that free lodging you gave me on those game nights way back when. I've had the good fortune and pleasure of being around great people my whole life. The 2 greatest influences in my life are, of course, my parents. I can't thank them enough for giving me a childhood I can cherish and a great foundation upon which to build my life. My mother, unfortunately, passed 2 years ago this day, but she is definitely with my family here in spirit. She was my greatest influence in my love of education and athletics. A very good athlete, she instilled in me the benefits of sports and team participation, the thrill of competition and knowledge of numerous sports. I can remember vividly watching and listening to Tiger baseball games with her, or a UFA broadcast of a Michigan game as early as 4 years old. Mom would shovel the driveway down to cement so I could shoot baskets all winter long. Or she'd be spraying water at 2 a.m. on a winter night to maintain her homemade ice rink in our yard so later we could play our hockey games. She taught her 8-year-old kid how to score Tiger baseball games or compile football drive charts for each team while we watched Michigan-Ohio State play on a Saturday afternoon. She was the ultimate educator in everything we did, and I can never thank her enough for giving me the great gift of the constant thirst for knowledge and improvement. My father, who is here tonight, taught me the values of hard work, accountability, commitment, and loyalty. My work ethic comes directly from him. I know there were many times early on in my life that he wasn't quite sure I knew what work was. But rest assured, Dad, I heard everything you said. He taught me to always follow through and that your word is your bond. I learned toughness as I saw how hard he worked and accomplished so much. As much as I hated it, he always made me do the job right. Work hard and keep your mouth shut was what he lived by, and I have lived the same. He also taught me great respect, loyalty, and love for your community and the opportunities we have. I also want to thank my siblings and their spouses for their lifelong support and advice, as we still are a very close family, and I love you all very much. If you could please stand now. Thanks to this great game of football, I've been blessed to be surrounded by great people. I thank my high school coaches for teaching me toughness, a love of the game, and providing me with a great experience. I especially thank my head coach, Ron Fales, who saw a young adult struggling with what to do with himself and hired me as a baseball coach and later as a football assistant coach. Thanks to him, I discovered how much I loved working with young people and got me involved in this great community of high school football that has enriched my life. Ron also gave me the opportunity to coach under Bill Giarmo at East Kenwood. Bill is the first of numerous Hall of Fame coaches with whom I've been lucky enough to coach. Bill taught me so much about the strategy of this game, especially on the defensive side. He taught me professionalism and the importance of loyalty within a staff. We had great staff at EK, including another Hall of Fame member, Jim Sutton. Jim and I worked very closely together, and I learned from Jim to really enjoy the game of football and the camaraderie it can generate amongst the staff. I had the pleasure of working with Tim Wobbin, who's here tonight, who I call a human attitude adjuster. Someone I am proud to call a friend and has been a tremendous inspiration for me and others in how one should go about living your life. Rick Smith is another tremendous human being that I know and who I still lean on for great advice. At Zeeland, I thank the great assistants who I love working with and who all have one goal of maximizing the student's educational experience from the game of football. I'm lucky I get to work with Gasper Giarmo, another one of those Giarmo Hall of Famers. Gasper and I have been great friends, and he's been a great coach for decades now. Thank you to the great coaches I work with, like Ross Bredevoot, John Slodak, Nate Van Gooch, Jeff Bolthouse, and the Van Dorp brothers, Ryan and Jordan, who played for us and now coach with us. And my friend Tim Van Dorp, who is our videographer, there's our post-game grill master. And they're all seated right back there. A huge thank you and also an apology to Rick Sell for his friendship and his thick skin. Rick has been my longtime press box man on Friday nights, and those that work with me know that is the definition of a thankless job, because I've been known to be a little demanding and intense on game nights. I also want to recognize the special considerations you have given to my parents over the years. Thank you to the Zeeland administration and Mark Worley for allowing me to work and coach in a tremendous community and a city I love and have called home my entire life. I thank you to all the players who have worked so hard for us over the years, and also their parents for that unbelievable support that they give. Finally, I want to thank and recognize the person for whom I have the utmost respect and admiration, John Shillito. For the past 20 years, it has been such a joy to work with him, and he has taught me so much. I owe him so much for all he has done for me on the football field and off. The highest praise I can give you, John, is that next to my mother, you are the finest educator I have ever met. I don't need to tell you that John is one of the best football coaches this state has ever produced, but he is an even better person and friend. He is the best example a young man could ever have as an educator and coach. We have had great success at Zeeland West developing young people every day because of John. The best way to describe John is by using the phrase, a good coach can change a game, but a great coach can change a life. I know that's true for others, and I know you changed my life, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you very much.